Okay, the objective for this video is going to be 6.4. I can solve two-step equations. Okay, and then remember our goal whenever we're solving equations is to get the variable alone. And all these equations are going to have two steps. And the order is super important. Before we do any of the steps though, we always change the sign in the one behind. Okay, then our steps. The first one is to undo addition and subtraction. The second one is to undo multiplication and division. This is backwards order of operations because we're undoing what's being done to the variable. So if we have, let's do the first example. Let's do 5 equals 4a minus 7. So the very first thing we do, the very first thing we always do is we change the sign in the one behind, and we're going to draw our line down the equal sign to remind us that whatever we do on this side of the equation we have to do to the other one. Our goal is to get the a by itself. Step 1, undo addition and subtraction. I have addition right here. How do I undo a negative 7? I'm going to add 7 because negative 7 plus 7 is 0. If I add 7 on this side, I have to also add 7 on this side. Negative 7 plus 7 is 0, so I just have 4a on the right side. On the left side, I have 5 plus 7, which is 12. Now I'm on to step 2, undo multiplication and division. I have multiplication right here. I have 4 times a. The opposite of multiplying by 4 is dividing by 4. And I have to do it on both sides. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I have 1a equals 12 divided by 4 is 3. So I got a equals 3. I should check my work. I'll plug 3 back in for a, so I'm going to rewrite the equation. 5 equals 4 times, instead of it in a, I'm going to write a 3 minus 7. So that's 12 minus 7, which is 5. So I got the right number, so I did that one correctly. For example 2, let's do w over 4 plus 9 equals 7. Whoops, you guys can't see it. There we go. Okay, first thing I'll do is draw the line on the equal sign. I can't change the sign in the one behind because I don't have any subtraction. So I'll go to step 1, undo addition and subtraction. I have addition right here, so to undo it, I'll subtract 9. W minus 4 doesn't change. 9 minus 9 is 0. 7 minus 9 is negative 2. Now I'm on step 2, undo multiplication and division. The opposite of dividing by 4 is multiplying by 4. So I'm going to multiply by 4 on both sides. This is really 4 over 1. 4 goes in here one time and here one time, so I'm left with 1w equals negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And then I can check my work. If I plug negative 8 back in for w, negative 8 over 4 plus 9 would be, it should give me a 7. Negative 8 over 4 is negative 2 plus 9 does give me a 7, so we did this one correctly as well. Okay, number 3 is going to be a special case, so pay very close attention to number 3. It looks like it might be a one-step equation. I'm going to have you put a star by it too. It looks like it's going to be a one-step equation, but it's actually a two-step equation. We're going to do 5 minus c equals, let's do 10. No, let's do 12. That'll be a little better. Okay, we're going to go through all the steps. We're going to draw our line down the equal sign. First thing we should always do is change the sign in the one behind. Okay, and then I'm going to look carefully and I'm going to think, there's no number in front of the c. What invisible coefficient is there? A 1, so it's really negative 1c. So this really says 5 plus negative 1c equals 12. Then I'll go through all my steps. Step 1 is to undo addition and subtraction. I have addition right here. We added 5, so I'm going to, the opposite of adding 5 is subtracting 5. 5 minus 5 is 0, so I have negative 1c left over equals 7. Now I need to undo multiplication and division. I have multiplication right here. I have negative 1 times c. The opposite of multiplying by negative 1 is dividing by negative 1. So I have C equals 7 divided by -1 is -7. And I should check my work. So 5 minus, instead of a C, I'm going to put a -7 equals 12. Let's see if this is true. Change the sign of the one behind. 5 plus 7 is 12. This is right. If you don't change the sign of the one behind and add this -1, it becomes really easy to do this problem wrong. So make sure we always change the sign, we add in our ones, invisible ones. That will make things a lot easier. And then at the end, we always check our work so we know if we're doing it correctly before we hand stuff in.